Hi everyone, I'm CJ Papa. Welcome to New to the Street. On today's show, Dakota Kaiser, co-founder, director, and Carrie Bavona, co-founder and coordinator of EarthCycle, joining us right here on New to the Street, exploring the block. And thanks so much for coming in.
It's an honor to be here.
Well, you know, Dakota, what is EarthCycle and what is EarthCycle all about?
EarthCycle is an international, decentralized resource pool for green, positive change businesses that are addressing major systemic issues in the world relating to poverty and pollution, while simultaneously providing at least 30% annual return on investment historically.
How did EarthCycle get started, and what's that original story?
The EarthCycle is an Earth Nation project. The Earth Nation is an alliance of for-benefit businesses and humanitarian organizations that have been working together to find, create, and implement solutions for a lot of the major problems we are seeing on our planet today.
When you talk about EarthCycle, how does it all work?
So there are actually two forks to the EarthCycle coin. We have EarthCycle International, and then we have EarthCycle USA. EarthCycle USA is a securities. Each token represents a portion of ownership in a United States-based securities fund. We're taking the revenues from the sale of these tokens and we're investing them into EarthCycle partnered businesses. As we get the revenues back from those businesses, we're distributing those returns as dividends to holders of the EarthCycle USA coin.
So, Carrie, what makes EarthCycle different? What gives the coin value?
So what makes EarthCycle coin different is that, to our awareness, we are the only coin backed by revenues from businesses solving systemic world issues.
Wow. And how does that make you feel when you think about how important that is to society and to the world?
Excited, and that we have a really big gift.
Dakota, how do you feel about that?
So thrilled.
Yeah.
So happy to be part of changing the world in a positive way that makes so much sense.
It's Dakota, when you think about this and you think about where this fits into the world, what is the greatest challenge?
The greatest challenge we've experienced so far is the United States regulatory environment. When we first started this coin, we wanted everyone to be able to access the returns and the ability to make micro investments into these businesses. However, at this time, we are only allowed to sell to accredited investors in the United States of America. We're working on implementing a strategy that will allow us to sell to all American citizens, but it's probably going to take us between 1 to 2 years to fully implement that and make it available to all American people.
Now, when you went into this, did you realize this right off the bat, that this could be a roadblock or a hurdle temporarily, and now you're working on a way around it?
I didn't realize it right at the start, but it was not long before we went to the legal team and found out about it.
We're talking about challenges. What is the biggest challenge?
Well, a big challenge I see is people's faith in the large-scale adoption of cryptocurrency. And I believe that because cryptocurrency cannot be fraudulently reproduced, that it is a next-generation technology, and it is, in fact, the future of money.
So, Carrie, can you tell us about a few of the pilot businesses that you guys have?
I'd love to. So our first pilot business is Pesco Environmental Solutions. They've been in successful operation for 25 years with over 30 facilities deployed worldwide. Pesco's flagship technology is oil re-refinement. So take used oil from cars, transportation, agricultural fleets, clean the oil, re-refine it, and now you have new crude oil to put back into the economy. And this technology uses only 1/3 of the energy it takes to drill new oil. And PESCO's profit history has shown 30 to 50% return on investment annually.
And Dakota, are there some other pilot businesses?
Yeah, so my favorite is EcoBuild, which uses the leading edge of greenhouse, vertical aquaponic, and LED technology to make a plug-and-play, internationally deployable solution for growing vast quantities of organic food with a fraction of the labor required of many traditional agricultural methods. Our eco-built facilities historically can produce up to 100% return, depending on the cost of food, the cost of labor, etc. in any given region. And we also have a carbon cycle.
Yeah, carbon cycle is a waste to energy facility. So you have a landfill, and tires, plastic, anything with carbon food, you can thermally cook or convert this waste into usable energy and fuel with no toxic emissions. You can imagine every landfill in the world could use one of these.
There's no doubt about that.
And Carbon Cycle's projected profits as well are 30 to 70%.
Wow, that's
annually.
That's amazing stuff. You know what's really interesting for the two of you? Do you kind of feel like you're pioneers in this sort of ever-changing world of, we talk about blockchain and cryptocurrency and all the sort of things, but the way you guys are looking at it, you feel like a pioneer?
Absolutely. Yeah, I think we're the first cryptocurrency out there to be backed by business revenues as an engine for positive change businesses, at least within my awareness.
And Carrie, what do you think about that?
Yeah, we're definitely on the leading edge. I consider us a next generation cryptocurrency. Well, we go beyond Bitcoin and we start to look at really, real world solutions and how we're going to make a thriving planet.
Wow, that's amazing. Dakota and Carrie, thanks so much for joining us right here on New to the Street.
Thank you.
All right, much more coming up on New to the Street right after this.
Welcome back. I'm Ken Efseroff, and this is New to the Street. Joining me now is the CEO of Sydney, Australia-based Exolover, Victor Yubugunov. Thank you very much for joining us here on New to the Street.
Good day.
It's our pleasure. So for people just looking in, talk to me about Exolover, what it is and how you guys got started.
It's in a short, simple words, it's the first ecosystem for sexual interaction on the blockchain.
Sexual interaction on the blockchain.
Yeah, it's not
So
joke.
right away, for people just looking in, they're hearing the word sex and interaction, so they want to know what this is all about. So tell me how it works.
It's being designed for people for living in long distance, like long distance couple, friends, just to allow them to get sexual satisfaction while they're separated.
And how does it work using the blockchain?
Look, it's a wild blockchain because the blockchain, which comes last day to our world, allow us to use this technology in a total anonymity. It's allowed on total anonymity for everyone.
How did you come up with the name Exolover? Where did that name derive from?
It's been inspired from the definition of exoskeleton.
So where are you guys right now in terms of production and products with Exolover? What are you working on right now?
So since we completed the token generation event, so we are now in we got a good progress in development of our project. So the prototype of the platform being already developed. So we're now testing it, and anyway, so we're going forth and back in that process because we need to allow for everything right now because we need to build up very good and strong and solid infrastructure. So for not forced to go on back again when we just spread around.
And how does Exolover make money?
Look, there is two different ways how we're doing that because the project consists from the three components. It's a platform, mobile application, and the hardware. Hardware means it's sex toys, devices. Look, we are working in all three fields of our project. We're creating, on the hardware field, we're creating the new brain for all existing sex toys. We slightly change our approach to the market, our strategic, because we decided not to compete with everyone to come with our new advanced toys, because the market is already filled with
It's a multi-billion-dollar market now.
Yes, with any kind of toys, and people love them. So it's what we've decided is to allow to implement our new brain in each toy suitable to do that. And
It's a new brand. It's a new brand.
New brain.
New brain.
Yeah, we call it new brain. It's actually we're going to change the PCB boards inside of the toys and allow them interact in our platform.
So when do you expect to have an MVP version of platforms and the toys with Exolover?
To be very careful in that, we're looking somewhere maybe in the middle of November. So I would say middle of November, end of November, we'll bring it out and we'll introduce to the world our MVP. Yeah.
And again, who are Exolover's primary customers? For me, it could be anybody, right?
Yeah, it could be anyone. So look, there is a very wide range of the customers we're looking for. It's I think it's young fellows and young girls who's deserve for their sex without any border, without any rules, and couples who is bored in their traditional, having traditional everyday sex, everyday routines, you know. And also that's people who have some disability, of course. It's mental,
Absolutely.
physical disability.
What's the reaction been from governments? Like you guys are based in Sydney.
We didn't come across with the government yet.
Because again, people are people.
People are people.
And it's a
know.
worldwide product. It doesn't matter whether United States, Sydney, Japan, China,
Yeah,
Middle
so
East.
yeah, it's going to be international projects anyway.
What are the primary advantages of your platform for your users? Why is it better for them?
Yes, as I have already mentioned, it's anonymity. So let me explain how it works. When the people create the account in the Exolover system, they're using their ExoWallet address. It's just 42 digits and any signs. And as you know, there is nothing behind that, no any personal aspect. So because it's why we're doing that. The world's already heard some horrible stories about data leakage, especially in remotely working sex toys. So we decided not to collect everything in personal data, you know. So of course we're working on some things which allow us to enhance the project, but it doesn't matter who is there, who is behind, who is on other side.
Can you describe the exoskeleton concept and how it enhances the sensory experience?
It's nothing. It's nothing. It's just suit you can wear on, and you can housing in this suit. All that sex toys that can serve to reach the sexual advantage. You know, sexual satisfaction. Yeah.
Still
okay.
grasping at the idea of being with a
Look,
robot. Although there are some people.
It's just piece of material. You just put it on. It's cover all important parts of your body. You can house all the sex devices in that suit. Let's name these devices. We call it Exovant for female. You know why? Exothrust for male.
Okay.
Exotator for female as well. It's served for some very, very delicate area on
But
the body.
how do you get
Exotouch? You
Oh, I
can
get
put
it.
it on.
get
You know.
it.
So because look now all the sex remote toys, it's working just one by one. You know, just let's say masturbator against a vibrator. You know.
No, I get it.
Even if you put it on other in the different side of the world. So, but our exoskeleton, when you wear it on, you can play with all kind of toys which is spread around of your body.
How do you get around the concept of it being a machine versus a real human being? How do you, you just have to tune that right out of your brain. You have to change the way you think.
Again, getting back to that question, so it's pretty simple with our project, but we're also looking to accommodate neural net on our platform when we're getting a lot of data there. So that's to make that neural net start to learning how to affect on the human's body to bring them to sexual satisfaction, for example. In this case, I personally called it the ideal sex robot. Instead of making sex robot that make walking through and make all that things so that we don't need for sex, actually.
No, I get it.
But for artificial intelligence, we need to just get them tools to affect on the human's body to make them satisfied.
How can someone see or experience a simple example of how the products work, and where can people go to see the whole range of options and the scenarios that ExoLover has available?
Look, there is a lot of scenarios, so I'm actually not too sure that we are allowed to tell loudly about this here in this studio, but anyway, so I'll try. So look, for example, when you use an ExoLover platform, because it's working with the in conjunction with some video content and something else, everything's, look, for example, you just put on your exosuit on and make a connection to the
You
platform.
should have brought the suit with you. I have to see the suit.
Yes, yes.
I have to see the suit.
Next time I'll bring it. So, yeah.
I don't want to use it. I just
bring
want to
it
look
for
at
them,
it.
yeah.
Let me just get that right on. I have no desire to use it, but I will certainly will look at it.
Yeah, look, so what's, anything happen on the screen, I'll say in the video, it will happen with you, with your body, in the secure environment of your bedroom.
It's like virtual reality.
Looks like, yeah. We also allow. There is one scenario we using there. One of the company. It's in Australia. They're gonna build ExoLover city inside our platform. It will be a virtual reality city in there. It's like option. It's just option, you know.
And what is your main challenge today?
The main challenge, look, we are working with the two economic system, which is with the real world economic system, with the fiat, and we're also working with the cryptocurrency. The main challenge is take all these two things, not to contradict each other, you know, because it's absolutely different things and works absolutely differently.
Understood. And if people want to learn more about ExoLover, where do they go?
We were on the middle of the way in our token generation event. We've decided to make people prepare for this project. We create another source. It's called ExoLovers Club, where everyone welcome to join. So we will tell about our project a lot in that source, and also make the people convince with the project. So tell them about scenarios and toys and how they use it. And also, we're not gonna tell them how to do that. We expect to see how we can enhance all the products to serve them better.
It's all about human enhancement.
Yeah, yeah.
And so the URL, though, there's a website where people can visit.
Yeah, it's exolovers.club.
ExoLovers.club.
No, exolovers.club.
All right, Victor Yubagunov, the CEO of ExoLover, all the way from Sydney. Thanks for joining us.
Yep. It's my
We gotta
pleasure.
come,
My pleasure.
We got to come to
Yeah.
Sydney and check you guys out. It's beautiful.
Oh, yes, yes. You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
He is the founder of Bully Coins. Craig Curtis joins us right here on New to the Street. First of all, Craig, thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me, CJ.
You know, for the viewers who may have missed last month or they want an update, what's going on with Bullies TV?
We're revamping the whole site right now, CJ. We're making this thing more user-friendly. We're going to our ESPN style that I've been talking about the whole time. We're bringing on our commentators and we're doing everything live, and it's going to be awesome.
Craig, anything new you can tell us about the project, you know, besides what you just did?
Well, actually, we're bringing in more developers, more web designers as well. And like I said, we're just really trying to go for the whole user-friendly experience right now. That's our main thing, is to actually please our users so we can have everyone to be happy about this platform and spread the word.
Now, speaking of the users, any new facelift, any new features that are being added, so when you get on it, like, oh, wow, this is different?
We're going to have young people, younger versions of you on there. Talking about the games and who's playing and what's going on. So like I said, all I can say is just picture ESPN and then think about Bullies TV.
When you're sitting at home and you're thinking about the user experience, where do these ideas come from you to say, this is going to change the game here?
We actually have other people to come in and test the site. I always try to take a look at the market and see what's going on and what's not there and what's needed. And there's just nothing out there right now like this. So it's a wonderful experience to be on the forefront of this whole fantasy gaming and changing the game thing right now.
Oh, you're right, because this is the first virtual gaming spectator platform. So how do you see this changing the way people, perceive gamers and the gaming industry?
We want to take this thing, CJ, and hopefully we can get it like a reality TV. I look at this like the pay-per-view or reality TV where everyone is sitting around and they're actually watching their favorite gamers as if you was watching NFL or an NBA basketball game. The only thing is now that you can actually place wagers on it, you can make money with your favorite players.
Wow, that's a pretty great concept. You like that. Now, is this reality TV thing the way you see it, the way you have it into your system as like the new era in TV?
Yes, it is. A lot of people already spend a lot of time playing games because of their passion for the video games. And it's like any other sport. It's a sport. So now you have where you have the actual public can watch. And not only watch, but they can make money while they're doing it.
People like to make money.
Yes.
Now, what exciting changes to Bullies TV should we be looking for, and from the next time you're here, what do you think's down the line?
Okay, well, the biggest thing that just happened, we just created our ERC20 Bully token that's going to power our blockchain, which is through Ethereum, on the Bullies TV site. So what's going on now is you actually use the Bully coin, which is our digital currency. You'll come on our site, you'll purchase the Bully token to actually gamble on our site with. Once you're through gambling and you want to take your money out, you'll revert that back into the Bully coin, and you'll be able to take that to the cryptocurrency exchange and pull your actual fiat currency out of it.
That sounds pretty simple, right?
Yes, yes.
And that's really what you were driving out here, to make this very user-friendly?
Yes, yes.
I like the way you do that. All right, Greg Curtis, founder of Bully Coins.
Nice to meet you.
How you doing? All right, much more to do right here at New to the Street. Joining us on New to the Street, NF8 Media, Stephen Green, Executive Vice President. Thanks so much for coming in, Stephen.
Hi, CJ, and thank you for inviting me in.
Now, tell me about NF8 Media.
Well, we're in the cryptocurrency mining space, and we decided that was an interesting opportunity, and we figured out how to mine different cryptocurrencies, the right currency at the right time. We added some proprietary equipment to equipment that you can buy off the shelf, and we created a unique business which creates consistent revenue and profits.
Now, Stephen, mining is so interesting and fascinating, but what inspired you to get into mining?
We just thought we wanted a way into this new, innovative marketplace, and that we could add something to it and bring some entrepreneurial skill to it.
Now, Stephen, how is it that the industry in flux and miners are complaining about, the profitability and expense, but how are you different?
Well, we're different in a couple of ways. We spend a lot of time and energy to understand and how to mine profitably. We know what coins to mine, when to mine them, and how to leverage our knowledge to make consistent revenue and profits. I'll give you an example. You go to a restaurant in a town, and it closes down. Another restaurant comes in, it doesn't work out. Another restaurant, all in the same space. And then one time an operator comes in that really knows what to do, how to do it, and when to do it, and it's a successful restaurant. And we have figured out that formula in the cryptocurrency and blockchain mining space.
Wow, so that really gives you an edge on the competition, right?
It gives us the ability to make consistent revenue and profits, which is very important for us and for the people that we allow to purchase equipment and house it right alongside ours in our company-owned onshore facilities. And we lease that equipment the same day that they purchase it for 5 years. That creates a cash flow from the lease, from the purchaser, and it allows us to build our company without diluting or borrowing and creating debt.
Right, and you want to stay away from the debt. And let's say you're interested in this. Who should be looking at this monthly revenue opportunity?
Well, anyone that's interested in obviously a monthly cash flow, anyone that wants to dip their toe into the confusing world of blockchain and cryptocurrency without the sleepless nights We don't subject ourselves to any of the wild fluctuations of the different coins, and we're not an ICO or anything like that.
Now, how can someone find out more about blockchain and the revenues to be made in mining?
Well, one of the ways is to contact us. I believe there's going to be a banner here with our website, NF8.com, and there'll be a phone number. If you give us a call directly, you speak to one of us. We'll tell you exactly what we're doing, how we're doing it, and what the opportunity is. If someone likes that opportunity, they can purchase the equipment. We'll procure it, house it, manage it. That's why we call it managed mining, and operate it for them under a lease and give them that monthly revenue every month for 5 years, paid in dollars.
You know, Steve, I can feel your enthusiasm. How much fun is it when you get that phone call and you go through the process with someone and then they work with your company? How much fun is it for you?
We love it because it gives people a chance to dip their toe in a very confusing market. We believe we put a lot of guardrails around some of the confusion and risk and let people find their way into this exciting new market.
NF8 Media Executive Vice President Stephen Green, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you.
All
nice
right.
to see you.
You know, if you want your company featured on a future episode of New to the Street, just visit newtothestreet.com. Click Get Me on TV, fill out the information, and one of our representatives will then contact you. But wait, there's more. You can speak to a live person. That's right, what a concept. Just call 631-465-0280. That's a wrap for today. For all of us here at New to the Street, I'm CJ Papa. Thanks for watching.